Greetings, everyone. I am Murphy Daly, Director of Project Management, author, and columnist for Rave Pubs. You can find me on the webs at Written by Murphy. You are joining us for the AV life.
And there's nobody else to introduce, so I'm your host, Tim Van Wert from Rutgers University, from Higher Ed AV Media, from HETMA, and from all other things that are tall and of my
NAV.
larger NAV and Higher Ed. And you are watching and listening to the AV Life. All right, folks. So we are here. It's lightning rounds week. We are a little short today, though, as you could tell. It's Murphy and myself, and
I don't know
we
about
do
that,
have
Tim.
yes, we do
We're
have
not a little short.
no, we're not a little short. Well, I'm not. Well, yeah, you and I are both not really short, so I will
I'm
say
5
that.
feet
Yes.
8. That's average.
Okay.
And
okay.
that illustrious voice that you hear is the infamous Richard Hutton. How are you doing today, Richard?
Fine and dandy. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to the AV Life. We're glad to have you. So yeah, Richard comes in to join us tonight for our lightning rounds episode. Yeah, so we are here. And yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words tonight. It's been one of those weeks, you know, go ahead, Murphy.
I was gonna say, we often talk about the weather, and you're huddled under your orange Halloween blanket. Maybe you should tell
It's
us
my zipper hoodie, my safety vest,
okay.
Orange sweatshirt.
Oh, it's a sweatshirt. I thought it looked like a blanket.
Oh no, it's a hoodie. I got my sweatshirt.
Okay, that's a little more civilized.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah.
Seriously, I thought you were just under a blanket.
Oh no. Yeah, no. I got a hoodie.
Okay. Well, I am.
I don't have an orange. Yeah.
I'm jealous of the Jersey weather because you're nice and chilly, and over here in Los Angeles County, it's 90 degrees, or it was, and I'm tired of it. Knock it off.
Well,
you're welcome to visit the Midwest or the East Coast anytime.
Yeah.
Yes, we have all the seasons here, so you are more than welcome.
In the same 24 hours.
Exactly, especially at this time of year. We had rain on Monday, and then Tuesday morning was a frost warning. It went from 70, I think it was like 72 during the day on Monday to then like 40 to 39 degrees on Tuesday morning. So yeah, we got all the seasons in 24 hours here in New Jersey. So Richard is not exaggerating at all. Well, I heard you were saying before we started, Richard, you're balancing us all out this weekend, though. You've got the nice, comfortable median there of temperature.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. I'm going to take the travel trailer out to our lake spot and then hang out and chase the little white ball around, and then have some brats by the fire and do all that stuff.
Nice, very cool. Yeah, I will be. I'll be here.
You said brats by the fire, but I took a minute because the first thing I heard was rats. I'm like, rats? Wow, that's really roughing it. No.
You have to make sure you cook them completely if you're having rats.
Yeah.
Rat stew and the ever famous ratatouille.
We're close enough to the Wisconsin border that every hot dogs are out and it's all about the brats.
Okay.
I get you.
Sounds yummy.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
And sorry, my brain went to History of the World Part 1. I think that's where that's from. The when all the poor people are in the and they're selling, like, I got nothing for sale, and then the one guy's like, rats, get your rats here.
Hey, entrepreneurial, do what you can.
Yes.
It's not a 20th century.
It's the French Revolution. That was when that was during. Yes. That whole scene. But anyway, I digress. Murphy,
I've been telling y'all about the truck that we have, supply chain, this Maverick Ford truck that we have, we've been having it on order for a year, and they told us, okay, it'll be ready on October 5th. Well, and then it was going to be ready on October 10th, and then it was going to be ready on November 28th,
Oh,
and now I don't think we're going to get it at all. I was looking forward to driving a hybrid new truck around. I've never been a truck owner driver before, but I think this is foiled. My husband, who loves cars, is now forced to consider, because I actually have to. I have joined a organization to be the director of IT project management, and I have to drive downtown once or twice a week, and other locations in the general area that take driving. And now I'm not going to have the gas sipping hybrid that we hope to have. So I don't know.
I'm sorry, Murphy. The supply chain strikes again.
Bites us all.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get it. Probably not. But Ford is just like leading everyone on.
yeah, we've made cars way too clever now, right? So they're full of
fighting
chips.
back.
Yeah, I remember when the
They're on
ECU
strike.
came out, and it was like, oh, fuel control. We get a chip in the car, and now there's over 100 microprocessors in an average car these days. Something in that realm. Don't think I'm exaggerating there.
I can't imagine that there are very many in your most recent purchase, Richard.
Wait, what?
Your red sports car that you acquired recently.
No, I did. That was me wishing I owned that car.
Oh, you wish you owned that car. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't buy it. I just got waylaid by it. I just literally went to drop my wife's truck off at the service place, and our guy always has some fun cars that he's looking after. And
this is the car you were having an emotional affair with?
Oh my lord, like a 66 E-Type convertible, cherry red, just beautiful, all original, just gorgeous.
I totally mistook it for the car from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and
that's right.
It was so close. It was so close, and Richard
close.
was like, "No, that's not the car," and I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
So I got really excited for a moment there, because I was like, "Oh, yeah," it's like that's a piece of movie history." If that, yeah.
I'd have to sell some stuff to buy that car, that's for sure. It's a beaut. I have a fun car, but it's not like E-Type.
Maybe I'm thinking the wrong way. Okay, I need to get a car that doesn't have any microprocessors or processors of any kind in it.
Well, a 1966 E-Type Jaguar would fit that bill.
Okay, yeah.
That could be the car.
I can drive stick. We can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned I could do that too. It's a good trait to have.
It's a good skill to have, and you'll get cheaper car rental if you ever go to Europe if you can drive stick. They have automatics, but you'll pay a little bit more for them.
I remember that, and I taught my husband how to drive stick, and he goes, he's like, if you rev the engine, you don't even have to hit the clutch.
Ooh.
I'm like, well,
I've actually got an old car that works for. I've got a 1965 Morris Minor Traveller, which nobody will know, but you can Google it. But that has no synchromesh in first or reverse, and you can actually, if you get the revs right, change gear without using the clutch.
Yeah.
That's second level though.
It's an art, but it's not so great for the engine. So
no, it's not. Or the gearbox.
Oh, I've seen. Oh, okay. Yes, I had to Google it. I've seen those before. Yeah. I would have known what that was called though.
It's the British VW Beetle kind of thing. It was made from 1948 to 1972 in various forms. That one is the Traveller is like a two-door wagon kind of thing, and it is all wood behind so everything. Frame included behind the doors is all wood.
Huh. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a fun car.
Nice.
0 to 60 eventually.
Yeah.
We get there when we get there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
All right, Murphy. Do you have a PM minute first before we get into our lightning rounds?
okay. Let me see.
Before we get carried away with any other car talk?
I do. Let me see. This is high level theory, project management theory. My own boiling down of what it means, what it takes to manage projects. The project manager, the main job is to gather all the information, all that information, the beginning and throughout the project, organize the information and get it ready to give to the different people who need it. That's the essence of project management. It's really information management. But yeah, gathering all the information, organizing it, because if you don't organize it, you can't grab it when you need it. And then giving just the right amount of information to the people who need it so that they can take an action. That's what it boils down to. That's my theory.
The air traffic controller.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're taking all that data and giving the necessary information to everybody. It's simple systems.
It's simple when you do. Yeah, systems. That's exactly
simple
it.
systems.
I have
This is going back to, like, for all of us computer science or engineer technical types, that this is like freshman year, programming. It's like you're taking the data and you're doing something with the data so it makes sense for somebody else, and that's the information that you're giving. So that's what you're doing as the project manager. You are the system. You are the core of the system.
Yes. The CPU.
I like it. You are the CPU. CPMU.
Yeah.
Central Project Management Unit.
There you go.
CPMU.
Right.
There you go.
Right. Good time.
Yeah, most of my career, I was more interested in the output, but it's kind of ironic that later in my career, I've had to get more ingrained in. Let's go back to the brat analogy, and I'm now having to spend a lot of time understanding how the sausage is made and influencing the ingredients of said sausage instead of just eating the damn thing and enjoying it.
Oh, I could use a sausage. I'm hungry. I miss dinner. Anyway, yeah. You got to get garbage in, garbage out, right? You got to get good quality materials for that sausage to make.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You got to grind it up and really, and then sometimes you need to add a sauce to it as well.
Oh yeah, that sauce.
And that sauce could come from Texas Pete hot sauce.
Segue.
Oh wow.
See, I got that segue in there.
What a pro. That was so smooth.
It's like as if I've been doing this for a while or something. That leads us into our first lightning round article, which comes to us from HuffPost.com. And I know Harry Mead had some issue with me using HuffPost, but that's fine. This is where the weird articles come from, folks.
They do.
I'm not saying they're good articles, they're weird articles.
Yeah.
So, a gentleman out of California is suing Texas Pete hot sauce out because the North Carolina based food company is actually claiming false advertising because they're saying it's Texas Pete and not
What do you think?
North Carolina Pete. What do we think? We're not going to spend a lot of time on this.
Is the issue that Pete isn't from Texas, or is the issue that the source isn't from Texas? I'd be hard pressed to understand why somebody was suing somebody over where they say they're from or whatever. I don't know.
Okay,
The
as a
lawsuit
person
alleges
from Los Angeles, no one in Los Angeles is from Los Angeles.
Correct.
So I want to know if this sewer is even from Los Angeles, because they could countersue. Say, you're not from Los Angeles.
The lawsuit
Los
alleges that the
Angeles
man
resident.
believed that the labels made it appear to be distinctly Texan. However, the hot sauce originated in Winston-Salem. So almost 100 years ago, 1929.
Really?
So you know what? Come on now. Like,
does it taste?
People have a lot of time on their hands, clearly.
I know, right? Like,
Then-
people started to like sue Poland Spring because like it wasn't really from a spring in Maine or something like that. Like, or
Poland.
And then people, and people sued Snapple for made from the best stuff on earth when it really wasn't, or something like that. And they had to change their slogan because of
I
that.
remember that. They did.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, come on, people. Like I'm sorry. North Carolina Pete's hot sauce does not sell. Like,
well,
it's a name. If you think spicy foods in the United States, North Carolina is not one of those things. Now they do have a good barbecue in Carolina. Carolina barbecue is good, but that's
the
when
vinegary one, right? Isn't Carolina barbecue sauce kind of vinegary?
I think, yeah, they are
Kind of runnier than normal.
Yep. Kansas, and you got your Kansas City, like, which is more like I think it's like the dry rub. Now I don't have Renee.
Yeah.
I don't have Renee here to correct me. And then you got your Texas, which is more of the smoky meats. That's kind of what they're going for. But and usually there's some heat applied from Texas. So Texas is heat.
It's not a barbecue
Murphy,
sauce.
yeah.
It's a hot sauce,
Mhm.
right? So barbecue.
It's a hot sauce.
Yeah. So barbecue is not even brought up. Hot sauce can be anything. So, because around here, hot sauce is Tapatio or Tabasco, right?
Sriracha,
right.
Yeah.
All of these are 3 possible hot sauces, very similar. I don't know if I could pick them out of a lineup. Maybe I could, but if I were just tasting one, like, oh, that's Sriracha, that's Tabasco, I don't know, maybe. But I
worked for a guy once who would travel with the little bottles of Tabasco in his luggage because he was so into it. It was like every meal.
One time, when I was on a vacation, I think it was going to Yellowstone. So this was Western Midwest, like it was the middle country, right? North.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's talking about California, not the entire country.
No, I'm talking about Wyoming.
Wyoming. Okay.
Like near Yellowstone. So in that state area.
Yeah.
And
Yellowstone,
we were
Montana.
at a restaurant.
Montana.
Right. We were at a restaurant and there were 2 very middle of the country looking people complaining to the waitress, like, the sausage that you brought us was so hot we could not eat it. You should have warned us. And I had also ordered the same sausage and I ate some. I'm like, it was spicier than, say, Jimmy Dean's, but not devastatingly so.
Right.
So I'm like, the tolerance for heat varies. Anyway, I don't know.
So I don't know. What do you think, Murphy? Does this guy have a leg to stand on this, or
I don't know how good is he the lawyer, or has he had to pay somebody else to be the lawyer?
You can find a lawyer for anything these
yeah,
days.
I know.
They'll.
So I don't. We'll see. Somebody's gonna make a name for themselves if they win this one. But I hope he doesn't, because that sounds stupid. Talk about a frivolous lawsuit.
Yeah, 100%. I'm like I'm trying to think about, okay, what's the downside?
Next thing they're going to say, there is no Little Debbie associated with Little Debbie. Debbie is rather large.
Where's Wendy's? I need Wendy's. It's like, where's Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy, a fictional character. And then,
I think it was
Crocker.
Dave's. It was Dave's daughter.
Yeah,
it is Dave's daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Thomas's daughter is Wendy. So that's,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Maybe she'll sue and say you took my name without. I don't know.
it's like, I'm mad at you, Dad. I'm going to sue you now.
But yeah, so the world is watching. Come
Yes.
on. Maybe we
Yeah,
should
that's the
contribute, we can
problem.
contribute to Texas Pete and say, listen, you need to win this one. Take care
Go,
of this.
Pete.
Go. All right. Well, another thing that people have been keeping an eye out for is the ever elusive
Mm,
Bigfoot.
mm.
Pennsylvania Parks officials released curious statement about Bigfoot warnings. Apparently, according to this article, a poster showed up on a tree warning about let's see, it says, due to the encounters in the area of a creature resembling Bigfoot, we are instructing all park visitors to observe elevated park etiquette. And it goes further on. I'm not going to read the whole letter, but this was posted up on many trees within these parks. Let's see, where does it say parks officials? It doesn't say exactly
So
where
Bigfoot
as I'm
wants you
reading
to
this.
have better manners.
So yeah, it's so apparently like this. So this popped up on Twitter, as everything seems to pop up on, and people tagged the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for Pennsylvania, and they were like, "Nope, rangers are aware and removing them and investigating the situation. These were not posted by them and is an unauthorized use of their logo." But it's kind of interesting how they just go, "Nope," like.
I like that they have it in English and in Spanish. That looks very
Oh yes,
official.
yeah,
I
that
wonder
makes
if they
it
would say the
official
same
that you
thing.
translated the whole thing. Yeah.
Can we dig deeper and find out if the
Please
original
do.
poster owns a campsite or a small motel in the area?
Or a little gift shop that happens to
Right.
sell Bigfoot
Right.
memorabilia. It's like,
Right.
Oh, and then they
Now,
say don't post sightings on social media.
yeah, and don't use the hashtag.
my favorite piece on this article is there's a paragraph talking about how they're normally known to be in the Northwest, but there have been, according to the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, 124 credible sightings in Pennsylvania listed in its database, including someone, this is the best bit, who claims to have seen two and heard more of them whistling near his cabin in Harrison Valley. So
Whistling
evidently
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot can hold a tune.
Yeah. Oh,
Whistling.
Bigfoot the musical.
Right now, you heard it here.
Bigfoot the musical. Go sign him up now. Get him a record contract. Or
Yes.
her. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
This
now,
brings up a point. This
okay.
brings up a point with Bigfoot. All right. Bigfoot seems to be very alone. And yet Bigfoot continues to exist over time. I don't know when the first recorded rumor of Bigfoot came along, but it might have been, prehistorical. It's not written down anywhere, but there's like our ancient forefathers knew of Bigfoot in their cave paintings. I think so. So, but Bigfoot's been around a long time, and yet there only seems to be one. So maybe
he's 136 years old.
Yeah. So maybe this is Bigfoot divides like a cell. Like it's an asexual reproduction.
Asexual just splits.
Yeah. Yes.
One big Sasquatch into two.
This is the frustrated middle son of Bigfoot that fled the Pacific Northwest and ended up in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And is now trying to make a name for himself.
Middle son.
Yeah.
He got tired of being
this land is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I will be partly seen here in the Northeast. Yes.
Right.
You know what? Now I will say I kind of believe a little bit. Like I feel like
come on, this long. That's like being partially pregnant. You can't believe a little bit.
He believes.
I believe a little. I believe enough that it at least is entertaining to me. Like I don't get frustrated with this. Like I enjoy hearing these types of stories and being like, you know what? Maybe Bigfoot is out there, it's like, you know, am I gonna go running off and go looking in the woods for him? No, but and I kind of at the same time I hope he never gets found, because it's that level of awe and wonder and
He deserves better.
childlike mystery that I like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Whimsical. It's a whimsical
Yes.
notion.
Exactly. I guess that's why I'm also a big Disney fan too. So that's
Right.
it all makes sense, in the long run.
They had didn't they have a Bigfoot movie, like Littlefoot or something?
Oh, that was about dinosaurs. That was the dinosaur movie. That was
Mhm.
Littlefoot.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
there
those
well
are
there was
cute. I
Harry.
remember those.
There was Harry and the Hendersons too, but I forget if that's a
I don't
Disney
know.
movie or not.
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
And
that
then
is a Bigfoot thing.
Yeah, and then there was a Bigfoot in a Goofy movie. That was another one. Yeah.
Oh.
So
That's deep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bigfoot gets extras and guest star residuals, and that gets him through the lean
That's
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it's all going off to some secret offshore account.
Maybe. Gives him
Maybe Disney does own Bigfoot. Maybe that would make sense.
I don't know about that. That's a dark thought. I hope not.
All right. Well, going from one great mystery to another. A woman claims to be abducted by aliens and has fallen in love with one. It's like My Favorite Martian. Wasn't that what that kind of was? Like the Martian came to Earth and then fell in love with the Earthling, and I'm a little rusty on my classic TV, but
yeah, I did have
yeah.
Galaxy Quest flashbacks. There was an alien-human relationship in Galaxy Quest, if I remember rightly.
Oh yes, Galaxy
Tony
Quest.
Shalhoub's character, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Sick of men on Earth, London actress Abby Bella says that she hopes to normalize interspecies dating.
Oh, she's an actress.
Yeah, this is dating back to about a year ago now,
Okay.
which I didn't quite
Over
catch on.
under on whether Abby has any references in IMDb.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, it'd be
Abby
interesting to see
Bella.
what her
Well, she
her movie
certainly
credits
shows a revealing outfit for this photo. So
Yeah.
maximize the publicity.
So apparently she had while being bored during the pandemic, while we were all sitting at home, she joked online about wanting an alien to abduct her. But before long, she started to have dreams of white light, and then on May 31st, she says she heard a voice in a dream and commanded her to wait in the usual spot.
Where aliens pick up.
Yeah, exactly.
Go hunting.
The next evening, I sat next to my open window, and she began to fall asleep around 12:15 a.m. A flying saucer swept into view. Before she knew it, she wasn't in her bedroom anymore. There was a bright green beam which transported me to the UFO. So,
hey, selfie or it didn't happen.
Selfie, yeah, exactly. We need photographic proof.
Oh my Lord. Okay, I just had something I was thinking of saying, but maybe I won't.
See, and it's funny because like her description is like the stereotypical alien, the big black eyes.
He's got such a basic alien lover, really. Come on.
Yeah. It's like, really, did you just get stoned and watch like Marvin the Martian? Like, is that really what just happened here? Like you were watching Looney Tunes and you fell asleep stoned.
The COVID lockdown did strange things to all of us. Let's be honest.
Clearly did strange things for alien life, that's for sure.
I had this whole theory at the very beginning of it that because I was seeing a lot more critters, animals than usual walking the streets, and
there was a lot of that, right? When we locked down those first couple of months.
No, there's no traffic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the animals are like, we won. Like, hooray, walking down the streets, being all happy. I saw, there the usual wildlife around here just got a little more active. The coyotes and the possums and the raccoons were like, yes. So maybe the aliens had a similar thing. They're like,
But it's interesting because yeah, so I did pull up her IMDb. Yeah, there's not a whole lot here. There
One.
is the
One.
what's that?
There is what I got like one reference for actress, director, writer, and self.
Yeah,
One. So
yeah,
I'm thinking that was the same project.
yeah, it looks almost all the same. Yeah, there's the Abby Bella's Actress Diary, which was in 2021. The movie Full Bodied, which is currently filming. And then she's got a writing credit to Abby Bella's Actress Diary, and then she played herself in the TV series That Trophy Wife, also in 2021. So basically nothing ever happened with her until 2021.
I think lockdown was obviously very good for her career,
Mhm.
and I wish her all the best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? If she's got something to share with the world, she absolutely
Yeah.
should. And
Yeah.
we're laughing about it. So thanks, Abby.
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess she's got what she was looking for. She wants to be talked about, and that's what we're doing. So
Yeah.
I do like the sub headline on this one though. The sick of men on earth London actress says she hopes to normalize interspecies dating.
yes,
Brilliant.
I was gonna say there are other species here on Earth if you wanted to do that.
Okay. I'm
whoa,
looking at
whoa,
this.
that's an angle we don't want to go down.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this, and it's written. I was thinking, was it written by her? No, it was written by somebody else, but it was checked. I guess there was a fact checker.
Mm-hmm. John, correct. Okay, so
I am like, the point is like, how well did they check the fact?
Yeah.
Like, that was a lot of extra travel research for that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Apparently there's a
Fact
video
checkers.
out. There's apparently a video out on YouTube that explains her encounter as well. So
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe it's,
yeah.
Maybe the audio and video are well done. I don't know. I would hope so. AV, here we go.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Report back.
So yeah, I mean, see, and this falls in the same category for me as Bigfoot. Like, it'd be cool kind of to know we aren't alone in the world, or in a universe. Now, I don't think they're gonna look like green, big-headed, big-eyed characters, but you never know. But are they gonna look like humans? Probably not. So
Some people have the theory that they are a different dimension, like fourth or fifth dimensional. So how would we know? Because we couldn't even see them. We would not be able to perceive them in a way that would be what they are. Why not?
Unless they discover how to travel between dimensions,
or we do. Right. So I think that's a perfect explanation of how it is that we could never prove that they're not there.
Or that they are here but not here. Like it's like that whole weird space-time, flux, and like they just happen to appear for a brief moment and then disappear.
I'm gonna be 5 dimensions today. You just can't see the other two. I made Richard laugh.
We're getting into it's like a Twilight Zone intro or something.
Well, she started it. Abby.
I'm a big stargazer guy. Spend a lot of time looking up at the sky.
Yeah. They're really pretty right now in my neighborhood. The sky's been clear enough to see lots of.
The Jupiter is it's apogee or whatever, so it's the sort of closest part of its orbit to us right now. So it's super bright, which is kind of cool.
You know,
And there
well,
is is that tonight or tomorrow? Well, we're recording on Thursday, so I think tonight or tomorrow night is peak for there's a meteor shower, and I'm gonna it's not Perseids, it's not Leonids, it's one of the meteor showers. It's not a huge one, it's 10 to 20 an hour, but
that's a good
if
amount.
you're into that sort of thing, look it up. Get out there.
I think we got a few clouds here in Jersey today, so I don't think I'm gonna have a good view of anything.
Worst.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So-
Yeah,
check
we
it
did
out.
go
We
out
did
for
have-
one of the big ones this summer because it was totally cloudy. It was like, I just don't want to get frustrated.
I'm
So it's
gonna,
cancelled this year. It didn't happen.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
maybe pour me and my husband a shot of something, and we can sit out and look for the stars.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I
Yeah,
think
we
it's
had
the
a really-
Southwest. I'm trying to forget. I can't remember the name of the constellation it comes out of, which is sort of where they're usually named after the constellation that they sort of appear out of. But yeah, Southwest, I believe. Which kind of, because I remember the beach we go to faces east, and south is Chicago, about 40 miles. So anything in the south or southwest, southeast is a bit naff because of all the light pollution in Chicago. But
Orionid meteor shower.
oh, Orionids, it is. You're right. It's coming out of Orion.
Thank you, Google.
There you go.
There you go. I'm usually that's like the one I always can find Orion. Like that is the one I can always find in the
Ryan.
sky. Oh, Ryan, there you are.
Yeah, you just can't see it in the summer here, which is a bit of a bummer because obviously it's an easier hobby in the summertime than it is in the wintertime. Because Orion's definitely a wintertime constellation for us in North America.
Right. So, all right. And
How long
then
is that gonna last? I mean,
so they're usually about a month in duration, in which you will see more shooting stars, but the peak is when you really want to. So I think it's tonight and tomorrow night are the peak nights.
Okay. I was wondering if there would be shooting stars on Halloween.
Oh,
but no. I mean, there'll be maybe,
yeah.
but not so much. But yeah, cool.
If you were in, I mean, LA is probably one of the worst just because of the light pollution in the LA basin and the air pollution. Because I have seen shooting stars during the day when I've been in a high altitude.
Oh, wow.
Which is really cool. A bit scary.
There must
really
be a good wind blowing because it's been really clear the last 2 mornings. So yeah. So it's like, wow, I'm seeing like at least 6 stars.
All right. So they're saying best. So I found an article for San Francisco. They're saying the best time to view it between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. on Friday. So
wow. Well, that would be
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that would still apply to me then. It would still be about the same time between 1 and 3 a.m. here, because that doesn't matter because I'm still.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Yeah,
it shouldn't. I mean, typically those things like before dawn is usually the best time, right before you get first light. But yeah,
well,
it's fun.
That sounds like I'm due for a power nap after the show today.
And then a really good cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, and last but certainly not least, we have the story of Jonah. No, the Cape Cod diver who was just swallowed and spit out by a humpback whale. For 30 to 40 seconds, Michael Packard struggled to escape the whale's mouth and wondered if he would be swallowed whole. It didn't. So yes, no, this story does not come to us from the Bible. This is an actual story, allegedly, from Provincetown, Massachusetts. Packard had set off early in the morning on Friday, June 11th, to dive for lobsters with his fishing partner. After a disappointing first haul, Packard dove under the water to try again just before 8 a.m. He felt a huge shove, and the next thing he knew, it was completely black. So, yeah.
Slightly smelly. No.
Isn't let's go back to the history of Massachusetts. Isn't Massachusetts like a place where whaling ships happened?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
This is like
Yeah,
the
totally.
revenge of Moby Dick, the son of Moby Dick. Like, knock it off. I'm still resentful of like reparations.
Well, it's funny because like it says
Revenge.
like it says that like his first two thoughts were he was bitten by a shark, and then the next thing was, oh, I've been swallowed by a whale. Like those are the first two things that popped through your head. I mean,
Okay, I remember the story. This is a very experienced diver who spent countless hours in that bay doing what he does. He's not known to be, there is no gain for him in this thing. I read about this last year when it happened because it is fascinating. And out of the 4 so far, this is the one I'm going with bang on. I think this really actually happened. Whales do, they eat plankton, right? And they just scour the bottom, or close to the bottom, with their mouths open. And if you're in the way, you're going to get
the whale's
swept up.
eyes go like this, so he wouldn't necessarily be seeing they're like that way.
they're on the side of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what a scary experience,
Richard
though.
says
Holy
yes.
cow.
I can imagine. Yeah. And it sounds like,
whale
he
was
was launched.
Yeah, what is this horrible thing in my mouth?
Yeah. So from the ship, so it sounds like but then the whale started to shake its head. He felt himself zoom toward the surface, and like that, he was free. It sounds like he came through the water and like was soaring through the air and came back into the water. So he was actually launched from the mouth of the whale and back into the water. I feel that's like something out of like a movie. Like you wouldn't expect that in real life. Like that's wild.
I'm gonna say, never be without your GoPro.
Never be without your GoPro.
Like, really?
Like, yeah, but like we're in this case, I guess I'd put it on your chest because I don't think you'd want it on your head because I feel like it would have gotten ripped off after, it's like.
Well, his gear apparently stayed on him, so I don't know. Because what a shame that this wasn't captured. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently he had no
Looks
injuries.
like a happy guy.
Or minimal injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably more crushed than anything else, right?
Yeah. They do what we call gulp feeding. Yeah, they just open up and let it all in.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Beautiful beasts.
Definitely. Yeah, my cousin was the one who we've had on the show before. My cousin Tom, who was the independent movie guy. He was a science teacher, a high school science teacher, and he did environmental science. And one of his things was that he took the kids whale watching every year.
Oh, neat.
Because there's places here in New Jersey you can go and see the whales. Right. So yeah, and he'd come back with some amazing pictures from these trips. So yeah, it's really awesome. And if you ever come to New York City, go to the Museum of Natural History and go see the big stuffed blue whale in the museum. So
yeah, I think I did see that. I've seen that. Yeah, I must have seen that. Went to that museum. Yeah, it's cool. Wow, what an experience, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's amazing. That's like of all the things we talked about today, that's the most probable, I think.
100%.
And that's amazing. That's amazing to say too, is like, it's more probable that you could get swallowed by a whale than any of those other things that we talked about today.
Yeah, alien dating. Bigfoot.
Oh, and and then the loss. Oh, well, the hot sauce lawsuit. I mean, that happened, but it's still ridiculous.
It shouldn't have. Exactly.
It shouldn't have happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Make your own hot sauce.
Well, I think that was a lot. That was a lot of fun. I like this newer kind of multiple article, like kind of flying through them I like this. This is good. So
I was
hope
scared you were going to get technical, like lightning round was something like USB or HDMI or something like that. You're like,
well,
I
we
don't
can get
know.
down.
That's pretty
I
nice.
was toying around with that, like pineapple on pizza, or
Oh,
like,
wow.
I was just with
Oh,
Chris
Oh.
Netto on Tuesday, so
Oh.
that was the first thing that popped into my head. But I was like, you know what? No, let's stick with the articles. The articles have always been the source of our entertainment for here on the AV Life. So we are carrying a little bit with us. So, but yeah, the quicker responses with everybody is nice. And when we get a bigger group, it'll work out nicer, I think. So we're
The
getting there.
intimate skeleton crew today.
yes.
Yep.
It's
No,
fun.
everyone, you know what? Trade show season is still in full swing,
Man,
and
there are
as
so many events right now. It is
Mhm.
insane. My team are just all over the place every week. Sometimes, like, I've got a thing Monday and Tuesday, and then another thing Wednesday and Thursday. It's like everybody suddenly went, okay, this thing's over. Let's get back together again.
Right. And everyone's jumping at the opportunity
No more
to hang
stay at
out with
home.
everyone.
Get together and party. I
Mhm.
mean, show your trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, work and then party.
Right.
So,
That's
and I'm
what
glad
Renee's
I'm
doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
in Boston. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's a nice city to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. But then again, I'm a Yankee fan, so I wouldn't enjoy myself in Boston.
Yeah. That always cracked me up when I lived in New Jersey, this whole
Mm.
animosity between Boston and New York.
Well, and I've been to Boston. I visited. I went to Fenway because I respect the historical relevance of that stadium, and the uniqueness of how the stadium just appears in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
There is no place for them to go with this stadium. Like
Yeah.
it has to stay the way it is, where it is.
Yeah.
Which is just in and of itself a miracle.
Yeah. Wrigley's a bit like that in Chicago too, but yeah.
And I'd love to
A
go
bit
to
of a
Wrigley
neighborhood.
too, like that. Yeah. And I mean, the Yankee Stadium was very similar to that too, but they were able to take over another park and they replaced a park when they rebuilt Yankee
Yeah.
Stadium. So it
Yeah.
kind of evened itself out. There was at least a little bit of space there by the water.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tiny stadium, and the seating is very small for me as a tall person of AV. It was not
Hey, you can
not
stand at the
comfortable.
back and see everything. What are you talking about?
Well, being on top of the Green Monster was like really being high up there, but yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, so we hope everyone is having fun at their respective trade shows, and I know Nancy's out in Colorado right now, I think, and so and I know James was having a rough week this week, so
Aw.
it's no, I mean rough week, like just busy, like with with his project that he's been talking about. So we wish him all the best of luck. And Joe is playing pickleball, so I hope he didn't hurt himself. That's all I hope. I just hope for no injuries. I told
Well,
him he needs to stretch. He needs to stretch before and after. So I reminded him of that. I don't know if he'll do it, but
it's still hard to believe pickleball is a real thing.
Right. Okay. I'm so glad you said that because I was just holding back because I've
Like, that's not really a thing. No, I guess it is. I don't know.
right.
Good for you.
It's table tennis and they got rid of the table.
mm-hmm. So I don't know. I tried doing tennis and just tennis in general, and my baseball swing gets too much into it, and I end up just launching the tennis balls, and I don't have the control for that. So I
Yeah, I
stick
see a
with
lot of
my
baseball swings on the golf course too. From obviously, I did not grow up playing baseball, but
yeah.
I see that with sort of athletic folks on the golf course that clearly played a bit of baseball, and it is a different
Mhm.
swing.
Yeah, and I can't play golf or I can't play golf either because of that. So I've tried. I got better this year at driving, and my short game is okay. Like just because I used to go mini golfing a lot, so my short game is actually pretty good. But that's about it. I don't get asked out very often, and I actually got kind of demoted from playing back in my YMCA. Back in my
Mm.
YMCA days, like I played one season, 1 year at a charity fundraising tournament we had. And then the next year they were like, Tim, just get the teen staff to help out with the food. And I'm like, okay, I get it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Not
It's a
saying
fun game.
not saying I was bad, but I wasn't good either. So
People were scared to see you with a club in your hand.
probably, yeah. As if the 6'4" stature was not enough, then put a big club in my hand too, All right. Well, we're gonna wrap things up here. Richard, thank you so very much for
Yeah.
joining
it's
us
always a blast.
again here. I'm glad you were able to move around and join us here tonight. So, have fun camping this weekend.
Will do.
Let us know.
Hopefully
if
see
you
you
see
guys soon.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Bigfoot while you're out there.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Don't
I'll make sure
get
I have my
abducted.
GoPro at the ready, Murph.
There you
Bigfoot will
go.
come out and you'll say, "It's Bigfoot," and he'll say, "Oh, you're British. I'm hunting the wrong person. I'm gonna go call Nessie."
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Murphy, thank you so very much. And thank you for your PM minute. And thank you to all of our listeners. And until our next adventure.